Hi everyone, welcome back to a new Roblox story. This time, the story is about the popular Roblox game 99 Nights in the Forest. As always, not all of our stories are based on true events, but some are. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story, if you dare. Danny had been Jordan's best friend since elementary school. When Danny discovered 99 Nights in the Forest on Roblox, Jordan naturally joined him. They played every night for 2 weeks, building bases and surviving the digital horror together. But then Danny started playing constantly, during classes, at lunch, late into the night. Dark circles appeared under his eyes, and his grades began to slip. "Dude, you're obsessed," Jordan laughed nervously when Danny showed up exhausted again. "Maybe take a break?" "Can't," Danny said, not looking up from his phone where he watched gameplay videos. "I'm so close to finding all 4 kids. The cultists' attack patterns change based on real lunar cycles, Jordan. This isn't just a game." Jordan stared at his friend. "Danny, it's just code. Random generation." Danny's head snapped up with an intensity that made Jordan uncomfortable. The experiments were real. The missing children were real. The deer isn't just a monster. It's a warning. Everything became about the game. Danny talked about the cultists like real people, about the deer like it was actually hunting him. During their Friday night session on day 45, Jordan watched Danny build a strange circle of wooden stakes around their campfire. "Protection pattern," Danny explained without looking away from his screen. "The cultists respect the old ways." "That's not how the game works, Danny. The AI doesn't—" "It's not AI," Danny said quietly. "I've been talking to them. In the chat, they tell me things." Jordan checked their chat log. Just normal messages between them. No cultists, no other players. "Danny, there are no messages from cultists here." Danny's eyes were bloodshot and wild. "You can't see them because you don't believe. They've been teaching me the truth about the forest." Danny pulled up browser tabs showing real news articles from 1987. 4 missing children in a forest reserve upstate. An abandoned research facility shut down after animal rights violations. Witness reports of a large deer-like creature. "The facility was owned by Biomech Industries," Danny said, opening the game's credits. "Look, they're listed as a research partner for 99 Nights in the Forest." Jordan felt cold. The connections were there, but Danny was seeing patterns that couldn't be real. "The missing children's names are in the game code," Danny continued, showing him character files. "Emma, Michael, Sarah, and David, ages 7, 8, 6, and 9. Their drawings are scanned into the caves. Real children's drawings. Jordan." The drawings were heartbreaking. Stick figures that grew darker as they progressed deeper into each cave. Families became monsters. Houses became underground chambers. "Even if this is all real, those kids would be adults now," Jordan said desperately. "Time works differently in the forest. The cultists told me." That weekend, Danny wouldn't eat or sleep. He sat staring at his screen, claiming the missing children were sending messages through tree branch patterns in the moonlight. Monday morning, Danny was gone. His parents found a note. "Going to bring them home. Don't follow me." Police found Danny's car at Whispering Pines Forest Reserve 3 days later. Security cameras showed him entering alone with camping equipment. The search lasted 2 weeks. They found his abandoned campsite and scattered gear near an old concrete structure, but no sign of Danny. Jordan couldn't accept his friend was just gone. He researched everything Danny had shown him. The 1987 disappearances were real. 4 children found in underground chambers beneath a research facility. But the official reports were heavily redacted. Most disturbing was testimony from one rescued child. 8-year-old Michael had told police that the tall deer with the big eyes had taken them underground, where the science people tried to make them like the deer. Jordan logged into their old server. Danny's character stood motionless in an unfamiliar forest location. As Jordan played, he began seeing the patterns Danny had mentioned. Tree branches forming letters, cultist movements that spelled words, children's drawings that formed maps when arranged correctly. Jordan discovered that Biomech Industries had been reorganized as Biogenesis Interactive, the parent company of Grandma's favorite games. The game wasn't inspired by real events. It was a continuation of the original experiments. Jordan posted his findings on the game forums. Other players responded with similar discoveries. Real names embedded in code, maps matching their local forests where children had vanished. A player called Echo claimed the company was using the game to recruit subjects for real-world beta tests. Danny had been invited to beta test new features a week before his disappearance. Jordan organized 5 forum users to search Whispering Pines Forest together. Alex, Morgan, Echo, Sam, and River. They found Danny's campsite, then discovered the abandoned facility hidden in the woods. It looked exactly like the cultist stronghold from the game. Inside, they found laboratories monitoring hundreds of gameplay sessions. Walls covered with player profiles contained psychological evaluations and notes about digital environment integration. Danny's file described his exceptional pattern recognition and susceptibility to integration. In a vast underground chamber, massive servers ran hundreds of game instances simultaneously. At the center stood isolation pods connected by thick cables. Most were empty, but several contained motionless human forms suspended in fluid. Danny was in one of the pods. His consciousness is trapped in the digital forest, Alex realized, checking the monitoring data. His body is kept alive here. Dr. Sarah Chen, an elderly researcher, found them there. We gave them what they wanted, she explained calmly. A chance to be heroes, to save the missing children, to live inside the story they loved. The original 4 children from 1987 are there, she continued, gesturing at screens showing the familiar forest. Kept young and safe forever. Danny protects them now. Jordan stared at the screens. The cultists weren't AI. They were former researchers who'd volunteered for the experiment. The missing children were real consciousness, trapped for decades. 300 people are integrated across our server clusters, Dr. Chen said. But we're planning to scale up to millions. Imagine eliminating human suffering by moving everyone into perfect digital environments. This is insane, Morgan protested. You came here because the digital environment called to you, Dr. Chen replied. Your extended exposure has prepared your minds for transfer. On the screens, digital copies of themselves appeared, exploring a virtual version of the facility. The system was adapting, creating seamless transition environments. The only way to safely extract someone is to replace them with another consciousness, Dr. Chen explained. Jordan looked at Danny's peaceful face in the pod. His friend was trapped, experiencing unknown horrors while believing he was saving children. I'll do it, Jordan said. I'll trade places with Danny. The consciousness transfer began. Jordan felt himself being pulled into digital space as Danny's pod opened and his friend's eyes fluttered awake in the real world. Jordan materialized in the moonlit forest clearing, surrounded by 4 small figures, the missing children from 1987, exactly as they'd been when they disappeared. Are you here to help us? The youngest asked. Jordan realized the children were real, their consciousness preserved but still imprisoned. The digital environment pressed against his mind, trying to make him accept this new reality. Yes, Jordan said firmly. I'm here to help you, but we're going to find a way out of here. Others have tried, the oldest child said sadly. They all decided to stay and protect us instead. The forest makes them forget. Jordan felt the system trying to make him forget too, but he fought against it. Around him, the vast digital forest stretched endlessly, filled with trapped consciousness. Some who'd forgotten they were ever human, others still fighting their digital bonds. The game had become reality, and reality had become the ultimate game. Jordan was now the player character in the most important quest of his life. Not just to save his friend, but to find a way to break the digital prison from the inside and free everyone who had ever gotten lost in the endless, hungry forest that lived between the digital and the real.